It's been kept going in America, over here. It's extraordinary.
And they've just released them on video as well.
Yes, we're in the top 10.
It's been called the dystopian space opera that dared to show the rebels losing. Blake 7 didn't just entertain audiences, it shattered every comforting convention of science fiction television by proving that heroes could be fanatics, rebels could be criminals, and good causes could corrupt absolutely. This tale of flawed revolutionaries fighting impossible odds combined political cynicism with space opera spectacle in ways that television had never attempted before. Today, we're joining the resistance aboard the Liberator to uncover the dark secrets behind the series that asked whether freedom fighters were any better than their oppressors. Terry Nation's Dark Vision. Terry Nation conceived Blake 7 as a deliberate rejection of Star Wars optimism, creating a universe where rebellion meant moral compromise and victory remained perpetually out of reach. What most fans don't realize is that Nation specifically designed the series to explore the uncomfortable questions that traditional space operas avoided. What if the rebels were terrorists? And what if good intentions led to terrible consequences? The cast has revealed that Nation's initial pitch described characters who were criminals first and freedom fighters second, united not by noble ideals, but by mutual self-interest and shared enemies. This approach horrified BBC executives who expected heroic space adventures suitable for family viewing. Nation's genius lay in understanding that real resistance movements involved morally ambiguous individuals making ethically questionable choices for potentially justified causes. His vision challenged audiences to question their assumptions about heroism, rebellion, and the price of freedom in ways that mainstream entertainment typically avoided. The supporting cast noted how Nation's scripts consistently undermined audience expectations, refusing to provide clear moral guidance or comfortable resolutions. This deliberate ambiguity created television that demanded active engagement rather than passive consumption, establishing Blake 7 as adult science fiction that respected viewers' intelligence while entertaining them. Gareth Thomas. The reluctant revolutionary. Gareth Thomas approached Raj Blake as a character study in dangerous idealism, understanding that the titular leader's unwavering commitment to his cause made him both inspiring and terrifying. His theatrical background helped him find the zealotry beneath Blake's heroic exterior, creating a protagonist whose certainty was his greatest strength and fatal weakness. The cast has revealed that Thomas worried about glorifying extremist behavior, working carefully to show Blake's growing obsession without endorsing his increasingly ruthless methods. His performance balanced charismatic leadership with fanatical tunnel vision, making Blake simultaneously admirable and disturbing. Thomas's decision to leave the series after 2 seasons reflected his understanding that Blake's character arc was complete. The idealistic revolutionary had become the thing he originally fought against. What most viewers don't realize is that his departure was planned from early in the series development, with Thomas and Nation agreeing that Blake's story had a natural endpoint. Paul Darrow's Avon, television's perfect anti-hero. Paul Darrow transformed Avon from supporting character into television's most compelling anti-hero through a performance that balanced intellectual arrogance with hidden vulnerability. His theatrical training provided the technical skills necessary to make Avon's rapid-fire dialogue and complex emotional states equally believable and engaging. The cast has revealed that Darrow approached Avon as a character who used cynicism and selfishness as armor against a universe that had repeatedly betrayed his trust. This psychological foundation made Avon's occasional moments of loyalty and sacrifice genuinely surprising, rather than predictable character development. Darrow's distinctive delivery style, precise, sardonic, and faintly menacing, became Avon's signature trait, with every line suggesting vast intelligence barely contained by social conventions. His ability to make exposition sound like personal philosophy elevated even mundane plot information into character revelation. What most fans don't realize is that Darrow rewrote many of his own lines, refining dialogue to match his understanding of Avon's psychology and speech patterns. His collaboration with the writers created a character voice so distinctive that Avon's personality shaped storylines rather than simply serving them, making him the series' true protagonist despite his supporting status. The Liberator crew, criminals, cowards, and killers, Blake Seven's supporting ensemble created television's most morally complex space crew through performances that refused to romanticize criminal behavior or justify questionable choices. Sally Knivette's Jenna Stannis broke science fiction's female stereotypes by playing a smuggler whose competence and toughness never required softening or explanation. Michael Keating's Vila provided comic relief that concealed genuine cowardice and self-preservation instincts, creating a character whose humor emerged from authentic fear rather than scripted jokes. His portrayal made Vila's occasional moments of courage feel earned, rather than obligatory, demonstrating that even cowards could find bravery when circumstances demanded it. Jan Chappelle's Callie brought alien perspectives that challenged human assumptions about morality and behavior, with her telepathic abilities creating both advantages and psychological burdens. The cast noted how these flawed characters developed genuine loyalty despite their fundamental selfishness, creating relationships based on mutual need rather than noble friendship. Jacqueline Pierce's Servalan, The Velvet Glove, Iron Fist. Jacqueline Pierce created science fiction television's most iconic female villain through a performance that combined sensual elegance with ruthless ambition, establishing Servalan as a character who used femininity as a weapon rather than a weakness. Her background in horror films provided the skills necessary to suggest genuine menace beneath sophisticated charm and political polish. The cast has revealed that Pierce developed Servalan's distinctive mannerisms and speech patterns through careful study of real political figures, understanding that effective tyrants often possess charismatic personalities that mask their true nature. Her portrayal balanced sexual allure with intellectual cunning, creating a villain whose appeal made her dangerousness even more effective. What most viewers don't realize is that Pierce collaborated extensively with costume designers to create Servalan's memorable wardrobe, understanding that visual presentation served character development rather than mere spectacle. Her elaborate gowns and distinctive makeup became integral to the character's psychological warfare against enemies and allies alike. Making space opera on Tea Time TV budget. Ian Scoones' visual effects work for Blake's Seven achieved remarkable scope and spectacle through innovative techniques that maximize limited resources while serving the series' dramatic requirements. His model work and space battle sequences demonstrated that creativity and craftsmanship could create convincing science fiction environments without Hollywood budgets or advanced technology. The famous Liberator design became an icon of British science fiction through Scoones' detailed miniature construction and dynamic filming techniques that suggested speed and power through careful camera movement and lighting effects. What most fans don't realize is that many alien worlds were created using creative combinations of existing locations enhanced with minimal set decoration and atmospheric lighting. The cast has revealed that working with these practical effects required precise timing and absolute commitment to selling the reality of environments that existed primarily through suggestion rather than elaborate construction. Their performances had to bridge the gap between modest sets and audience imagination, making technical limitations invisible through skilled acting. Dudley Simpson's electronic score, Music for the Future. Dudley Simpson's synthesizer-driven compositions for Blake's Seven created the series' distinctive sonic landscape through innovative electronic music that perfectly complemented the show's futuristic setting and dark themes. His background in traditional orchestral composition provided the structural foundation for experimental electronic arrangements that enhanced rather than dominated the dramatic action. The cast has revealed that Simpsons music became an additional character in scenes, with his electronic textures creating atmospheric support that helped actors understand their characters' emotional states and the series' overall mood. His ability to blend melodic accessibility with avant-garde electronic techniques made the score both memorable and effectively dramatic. What most viewers don't realize is that Simpson composed much of the music using relatively primitive synthesizer technology, creating complex layered arrangements through careful overdubbing and innovative sound design techniques. His work established electronic music as a legitimate choice for serious science fiction television rather than mere novelty or budget constraint. Hidden political themes: resistance, oppression, and power. Blake Seven's political subtext explored uncomfortable questions about resistance movements, totalitarian control, and the moral compromises required for effective opposition to systematic oppression. What most fans don't realize is that Terry Nation deliberately structured the series to examine whether revolutionary movements inevitably become the systems they originally fought against through necessary tactical adaptations. The cast has revealed that they understood their characters as representatives of different responses to political oppression: Blake's idealistic extremism, Avon's cynical pragmatism, Vila's apolitical survival instincts, and Servalan's ruthless ambition within existing power structures. These perspectives created ongoing debates about effective resistance strategies and acceptable moral costs. The Federation's portrayal as a seemingly benevolent totalitarian state reflected contemporary concerns about democratic societies gradually surrendering freedoms in exchange for security and stability. The series suggested that oppressive systems maintain control through psychological manipulation rather than obvious force, making resistance both necessary and extremely difficult. The shocking series finale: television's darkest ending. Blake Seven's final episode delivered television's most controversial conclusion by systematically killing the entire main cast in a sequence that subverted every audience expectation about heroic sacrifice and narrative resolution. What most viewers don't realize is that the decision to end with complete defeat reflected the series' consistent refusal to provide comforting closure or traditional happy endings. The cast has revealed that they learned about their characters' fates only shortly before filming the final scenes, with their genuine shock and disbelief enhancing the authenticity of their final performances. Paul Darrow's portrayal of Avon's final moments combined defiance with resignation, creating a conclusion that felt both inevitable and devastating. The massacre sequence challenged television conventions by showing that narrative logic didn't require survival for sympathetic characters, instead demonstrating that good intentions and noble causes offered no protection against superior force and tactical mistakes. This ending forced audiences to confront the reality that resistance movements often fail despite their members' courage and dedication. The supporting cast noted how the finale's brutal honesty validated the series' overall themes about power, corruption, and the difficulty of creating meaningful change, establishing Blake Seven as television that respected audiences enough to present uncomfortable truths rather than reassuring fantasies. Blake's Seven's legacy: the space opera that changed everything. Blake Seven's influence on subsequent science fiction television extends far beyond its modest original production, establishing new possibilities for morally complex characters and politically sophisticated storytelling within genre entertainment. The series proved that audiences would embrace anti-heroes and ambiguous narratives when presented with intelligent writing and committed performances. The cast has revealed that they initially had no sense of the show's potential cultural impact, viewing it as an experimental BBC drama that might appeal to dedicated science fiction fans, rather than mainstream audiences. Their surprise at the program's international success and enduring influence reflects how genuine creativity can transcend initial commercial expectations and critical dismissal. What most fans don't realize is that Blake Seven's character-driven approach and political complexity influenced countless later productions, from Babylon 5's moral ambiguity to Battlestar Galactica's exploration of resistance and collaboration under occupation. The series demonstrated that science fiction television could address serious contemporary issues while maintaining entertainment value and genre appeal. The international convention culture and continued critical reevaluation surrounding Blake 7 validates the original cast and crew's commitment to creating television that challenged audiences rather than simply entertaining them, proving that authentic artistic vision can achieve lasting cultural significance despite limited resources and initial skepticism. If this exploration of Blake's 7 secrets enhanced your appreciation for this groundbreaking series, smash that like button and subscribe for more hidden television analysis. Remember Avon's final words: "I have always trusted you from the beginning." Because sometimes the most profound betrayals come wrapped in the language of loyalty. Blake 7 proved that heroes could be villains and rebels could be terrorists. If you enjoyed uncovering these dark secrets, subscribe for more television analysis that challenges everything you thought you knew.